Okay, friends, we've done it. We are on the top of Chapaca. Well, we're headed to the top of Chapaca. But looking down there, you could call it close to the top. My friend, the Old Cowboy from Loomis, brought me up today with all of my stuff. It looks like a lot. It's not really. Most of it's bedding and food. So I'm going to get it put on my sled and start heading down. We looked at the topo map and found a better way in. This isn't the way I normally take. So I should be able to drop down to the cabin instead of that long hike uphill to get to the cabin. I need to get the sled loaded, and I'm really trying to concentrate on saving a lot of my memory time on my memory cards here so I can record more of the adventure. So I'm going to get this stuff done and then start heading down for the cabin. Okay, I got the sled packed and just about to take off. It's pretty heavy. Thankfully, most of it's downhill. Also, I can break it down into 2 loads once I get closer if it becomes too much of a trouble. I'm really excited about this. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I'm way too loud. It's funny. Listening out here, it's just totally quiet. And it shows how just the slightest noise completely gives away my location. Okay, time to start hoofing. Those are moose tracks. Fresh. Looks like it probably came up from down there just a little bit ago. I can't tell so far. It looks like it's headed the same way we are. I just want to stay vigilant. Some kind of cat prints, like a lynx maybe. All right, I just passed a spot where it looks like there's a very large moose, and along with those tracks there were also tracks of a very small moose. That means a mother and its baby. I didn't even stop to record them. I just got the heck out of there. I don't think I'm far away from the cabin now. I've never gone this way, but the topo map says I'm right on track. I ought to be there soon. This is like, it feels totally like Jurassic Park or something. There's moose tracks everywhere, and they're truly the last dinosaur in my opinion, because all the moose I've known are very aggressive, very large. All right, keep on moving. Okay, that hill over there, that's the one we came in on. So we just came around, and that puts this side over here is the mountain that we want to be on. So that means now all I have to do is drop down into the creek and then over the creek, and I'm at the cabin. I'm getting into patches where the snow breaks and it is hard to drag the sled over these dry spots. Okay, I'm almost certain that this is the spot where I need to stop and pay attention. There's, I'm looking at the map here. It shows that the road switches back just like we did. We went over a culvert that I'm assuming was the creek that had to have come out down there, over here, running this way between that mountain and the peak of this mountain behind me. So the cabin, I'm pretty sure, is down there. There's a little dotted line on the map that shows a road going off that way where they kind of split, right? And that's after the creek. So I think that's what's over there. I'm thinking about leaving the sled and my pack here and going on a scouting run. I'm pretty sure the cabin's down there. If I head down that way, I should know rather quickly because it'll just dead end into a cliff that runs into the stream. I'm walking down this trail, scouting, trying to find the cabin. I think I'm on the right track. I heard something snap over there. Okay, I think we're on the right track. This should be the creek right here, I think. And down this should be the cabin. If not, it should give me a pretty good idea of if I'm on the right track or not, or if I'm totally off. It should be around noon right now, so we have good time. Okay, I think I know where I am. This is the wrong road, but I think I know that means I was right on dropping back where we left the sled and going downhill, and that should lead to the cabin. It's the problem with taking new trails. I'm pretty sure, though, that this one where I just came out is where I used to walk around up over the cabin. So I think I know where I am. I just gotta be sure that I get back to the sled, okay? I've left good prints in the snow and tried to mark and remember the trail. The sled's right up there. I feel a lot better being back with our stuff. It's starting to snow, and the clouds look like they're rolling in. Fog would not be good. All right, I'm pretty certain now the best thing to do is going to be to drop down. We'll run into the creek and follow it back to the cabin, or we'll run into the cattle trails I know down there and follow them into the cabin. I'm not worried. We brought everything with us that we'll need. I know, us, you and I, my friends and I. You ought to try carrying some of it one of these days. Okay, gotta get serious. We're cutting down where this hill bleeds into that one, and we'll follow it down with the creek. I walked down the hill a little bit to see what we'd run into, if there was a cattle trail or anything down here, and there's nothing. So we're gonna stick with the road. Yeah, we're gonna stick with the road. I think I figured it out. If we stick with the road, it's gotta switch back into something that I recognize. And being that it was going against the clearing, I think that's the right choice. because I don't want to drag my sled down into here and just be lost in the woods. We stick to the road. We'll stick to the road. Okay. Time to move. I really need to get a battery for my watch. I have a clock on my radio, and it's right up here on the top of the sled, so I can check to see what time it is. Okay, I'm back to where the furthest point I scouted. I chose this trail because of this open spot. According to the map, and I know quite well from my own experience, there's a bald spot up here on the top of this mountain. If I keep the bald spot on my left and follow the forest on my right, it is going to drop into the cabin. It might just take longer. I'm okay with that because I know it's 95%, you know, versus wandering around in the middle of the forest in a snowstorm. I'd be more freaked out if I hadn't brought everything I need. I have meat, I have fire building material, I have food, I have goodies, I'm short on water. That's one thing I noticed. I have liquid, I have a good Dr. Pepper, I have half a bottle of water. It's snowing, I've passed 2 creeks. If I have to, I know where to get water. I also know that I've left a good supply at the cabin. There should be about 3 gallons of water at the cabin and a creek right next to it. So I'm not worried. Also, if I look out over there, I recognize those mountains off in the distance. At the bottom of it, there's a lake. I know that lake, so I know that view. Here in a few minutes, I should start feeling really good, starting to recognize the trail. I did this trying to cut time off of hauling in. This trail is supposed to be about, I don't know, 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles shorter than the one that I normally take. It's good. After this, I'll have a lot more knowledge of the area.